Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly pick a card reading for Monday the 23rd to Sunday the 29th of January, or for whenever you come across this reading, as these messages are timeless and they will find you, or you will find them when you need to. I want to thank you so much again for joining me, for returning. If you're new here, welcome. I hope these messages resonate. I hope they guide you in the week ahead, and I hope they help you on your journey. Let's get started. Okay everyone, we have pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3 and pole number 4. So we have the pink agate, I'll just show you, pink agate with the amethyst. We have the flower agate for pole number 2. Pole number 3, we have the agate with the milky quartz. And we have the rose quartz for pole number 4. So my friends, as usual, select a pole that you feel drawn to, that you feel called to. Pole number, the image of the cards, the crystals. If you feel drawn to more than one pole, please feel free to select as many as you feel drawn to. I'm sure there'll be a message in each of them for you. Timestamps will be below, and I'll see you shortly. Welcome pole number 1 to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So we have the blessing for this week. We have the koi fish spirit as your overall energy. There is always enough. We have the 10 of cups, the 4 of cups, the king of swords, solitude and sanctuary. Okay, pole number 1. This King of Swords always makes me laugh. So bored, isn't he? It just looks, oh, it's like, oh, humdrum. We'll see how that plays out in your reading, pole number 1. So pole number 1, your overall energy for the week is koi fish spirit, and there is always enough. And I feel I'm really getting, you know, the fish kind of flowing, and there is a sense here of when we flow with life, when we flow with our intuition, when we flow with our inner guidance, when we flow with acceptance, there is a sense of everything always finding us when we need it. And it's in that energy that life is abundant. You know, life is all about the give and the take and the balance and the fluidity. And I feel that's what Koi Fish Spirit is here in your reading, pole number 1. It's here saying, when you come to accept where you are, and there's gratitude in your heart, it's almost like I'm getting this the feeling that everything always works out. Everything's always okay. Everything's always in equilibrium. And I feel that you are embracing this Koi Fish Spirit. You are embracing the flow of life. You're seeing the abundance in life. You're seeing that there is enough of everything in this world. You're seeing, pole number 1, that you are enough. And there's this sense of contentment and joy. Now you've got solitude and sanctuary. I'll just hold them up so hopefully you can read those with me. So solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. And sanctuary. A sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit on the throne of your own heart. Now both these cards are guiding you to the inner you, your inner temple, your inner divine. And I feel that's what you're really doing this week, pole number 1. And you might step back from the world. You might say no to social engagements. And I feel like the universe is giving you time as well. So you'll find yourself, if you are aware and you don't try to fill the time that the universe is giving you, I'm just getting a sense that plans might fall through in whatever way that works in your life, pole number 1, but to give you this solitude, this time to go to your inner sanctuary. And there's a sense of self-discovery here. There's a sense of self-awareness. There's a sense of coming into your awareness. And I feel by going within, pole number 1, you're going to realign yourself with this flow of life. You're suddenly going to realize where you might have been pushing or forcing things to happen, or where, in the other sense, you might have been thinking, oh well, whatever happens going to happen. I've got no say, I've got no choice. So you'll be coming into this realization of how you might have been holding yourself back, or how you might have been forcing things to happen. And I feel you're going to find this balance, this equilibrium, and it's going to feel good. It's going to feel really comfortable, really nurturing. And it's going to, you're not going to feel lonely. You're not going to feel like you're on your own. This is solitude for you. You're going to be so grateful to have this time. Sorry, that was my computer with some strange pop-up. I forgot to put my volume back to 0, so I do apologize for that, pole number 1. My apologies. So I do feel like you're going to be so grateful for this space and this time that you've either made for yourself or that the universe has somehow worked things to give you this extra time. And it will feel like a sanctuary. It'll feel like a blessing. It'll feel like, I got the word coming home to yourself, pole number 1. And I think, actually, do you know, I'm going to read these 3 tarot together because I think that's how they make sense. There's this sense of, I feel you can feel this cup fulfillment, like life fulfillment, being fulfilled, wish fulfillments, pole number 1. You know how sometimes we have a word on the tip of our tongue and we just cannot say it, we just cannot find it, but it's just there. There is this feeling, this is the cups, there's this feeling here that you're on the cusp of something fulfilling, life-changing, thrilling, joy-filled, truly, truly wonderful. And you've got the 4 of Cups and the King of Swords. Now I'll just read the King of Swords card for you. It says intelligent, impartial, respected, stoic, receiving wise advice, remaining objective and fair-minded, public speaking, communicate clearly, unemotional relationships, or being unemotionally available. Now, the feeling that I get from this King of Swords is being trapped in a mindset of, gosh, is this it? Not being able to see the abundance that's around you, getting caught up in the mundane and thinking, oh my gosh, is this all my life is? Some of you may be bored, some of you may be fed up. I'm very sorry, pole number 1, I should have paid attention to that pop-up. I'm not sure what happened because I didn't read what the message said. I just quickly clicked out of it. But the video stopped in mid-sentence, so I do apologize for the cut of continuity. So I was talking about this King of Swords and how you are asking yourself, you know, is this it? Is this what my life is all about? And your swords, the swords are your mind, it's your thinking, it's your wisdom, it's your understanding, it's your knowledge. And here I'm really seeing it as your mind. And your mind is seeing your world, I'm really being drawn to say completely, like really different to actually what it is. It's not seeing your life with the potential that it has. And I really feel this solitude and this sanctuary, pole number 1, is really to guide you to have a change of perspective. And I feel what's guiding you is this sense of abundance. Now, pole number 1, I'm not sure if somebody around you has recently fulfilled a dream or a goal, or you're looking at them and saying, well, they're off on a great adventure. What about me? What am I doing with my life? So I'm not sure if this Ten of Cups is you are seeing others maybe that look like they're fulfilling, you know, they're being fulfilled, they're having a life worth living, I'm almost getting the feeling of. And you're not comparing yourself to them. That's not what I'm saying here at all. It's not, you're not looking at others and saying, well, you might be looking at others and going, what about me? So there is a level of comparison there. Sorry, I'm going to backtrack now. But there's a sense of, you can see others striving to achieve something better in their life, and it sparks something in you. You know, we are all different, and I'm not an astrologer, but you know, each one of our signs, our sun, our moon, our rising, our Venus, whatever it is, they're linked to the different elements, the different, I can't think of what they're called now, but you know, some signs are fixed, some signs are cardinal, and some signs are mutable. And if you have a lot of cardinal in your sign, you have that kind of new beginning mindset. And each one has its positive and negative attributes, as everything does. So we can get perspective, so we can get comparison, so we can see what's what. And cardinals tend to be trailblazers. They tend to like to move forward, try new things. The catch with them is they've got to learn to finish what they start. Now we have the fixed signs that they might be slower to get going. They're maybe not the trailblazers, but they always finish what they start. And then you've got the mutable signs that are really adaptable. So they take ideas and change them and move through life with a sense of, I'll take a bit of this and I'll take a bit of that and I'll leave this and I'll change this. And with the mutable signs, they can fall into the trap of always looking to change things, and they never actually see anything through either. It's not that they don't see anything through. It's almost that sometimes they change things just to change things, but not to change things for the better. So their kind of lesson, if you will, is to learn to, okay, can I better this, or is this great as it is? I'll just leave it be. And each one of those works well with the other. So the cardinal will start the idea, and then it needs the fixed to continue the idea. And then the mutable comes in and says, hey, there's a better way. There's an easier way to get from A to B. And so it'll bring in the change. And then the cardinal might run with that change and have a complete new idea, have a complete new direction, that then the mutable will carry and push it through, will keep it going. And then the mutable will come in and go, well, actually, do you know? So we embody those more or less, depending on our makeup, if you like. And there's a sense here that you might be looking at, you know, a cardinal person in your life and going, look at them go, they've always got new ideas. And the reason you've noticed them, the reason that I'm talking about this, is because they make you see something different. You're not comparing yourself, you're not jealous, but it makes you go, hang on a minute. Is there more? And that's what gets you to this place of quiet, to this place of introspective, because that shows you that there's more, and you feel that there's more for you. I feel pole number one like this is the very beginning of a new soul calling for you. There's this noticing things in your outer world, feeling this feeling inside of you that you cannot explain, but there's a pull towards it. And it's for this Four of Cups. And I feel this Four of Cups in your reading is the overall energy is one of there is always enough, and this permeates through your whole reading. There is always enough. And this is what is coming to you. This is how you're going to start to feel. You're going to see the world as abundant. You're going to see the world as all of that. And the Four of Cups here is your perception. It's your perspective of things. It's the way you look at them. And it's almost like the Four of Cups is saying to me, pole number one, that it didn't matter almost how many good things got lined up in front of you. You still could find something to go, well. And that's not a judgment, it's not a criticism, it's not a dig, my friends. We have all sat in this spot. Because there's no need to get angry at yourself or annoyed at yourself for not seeing this. And you will see this, and you want to get annoyed at yourself. But we've got to think that we can only see what we see from where we are at that point in time. We can only understand what we understand for where we are now on our journey. And there's this sense of you opening yourself up to see all the possibilities that are there. And you're going to see the past ones and feel these are the ones that have already been offered. You're going to think, oh my gosh, that could have been great. Why didn't I take it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, pole number one. This is not the lesson. This is just to open you up to see the next lot that are coming. Because there's wish fulfillment here. And deep down, I feel that you feel that. I feel that you know that. You can't explain it. It can just be this little feeling. But this is a change of perspective. A change of what you see. A change of what you know. A change of how you understand things. And it leads you to a Ten of Cups. It leads you to more fulfillment. Because this is fulfillment that you see, that you appreciate, and that you are grateful for. Now we'll go to your blessing for the week, my friends. And your blessing is, you are the blessing. You are a blessed soul and a blessing to this world and others. In giving, you also receive, for life is an ebb and flow of love and blessings. We are all of a single essence and one in spirit. To give is to bless both yourself and others. It's a beautiful blessing, my friends. Love and light, pole number one. Have a great week. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number two. Welcome, my friends, to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. So we have the blessing for the week. We have your overall energy, which is the Wasp Spirit, and sometimes life stings. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have Body. And we have Truth. Okay. Let's have a look at these messages for you, my friends. Let's have a look at what Spirit wants you to know for this week, pole number two. So you start off with Wasp Spirit, and it says sometimes life stings. And I feel this card in your reading for this week, pole number 2, is basically life is made up of everything. And I'm kind of seeing the Wheel of Fortune here. I don't know why, but I kind of feel that actually, do you know, I'm seeing this behind, the image behind the wasp is like a ball. I've never noticed it before. Well, I've noticed the ball before, but I've never noticed how it looks to be made up of chains. And I feel like everything's interlinked. And that's why I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune. Everything's interlinked. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a time. And I feel this ball is rolling. And sometimes, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, there are times where it's in winter, times that it's in spring. And that's just an analogy for life. You know, sometimes we're out in the open in the spring with the flowers and the, you know, we feel ourselves coming to life. And there are other times in winter we tend to hibernate. We tend to stay home a bit more where it's warm and comfortable and out of the elements. And that's this message that I'm getting here. There's a sense that Spirit is saying, my friends, there's this ebb and flow of life. And we don't need to do anything. We should be mindful to embrace all of it, because all of it is of great benefit to us. Now you have body and truth, and the cards say, body, show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. And then we have truth. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. Your words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, dear Lord. Take me over and speak through me. Now, isn't that interesting? Because in the body there's the message of acceptance, of accepting as it is. And in the truth card, there's a sense of doing everything as an offering, but not out of fear, not fearing the truth, not fearing the as it is. And even with this, sometimes life stings. There was that message of accepting that the wheel turns. Everything's interlinked. We'll have good times, we'll have not so good times. It's the flow of life. It's the guarantee of life. And there's a certain acceptance, not only, like I'm seeing this body as our 3D world, our organic, tangible world. And there's a sense of accepting that as it is, because that side is limited. Our bodies are limited. This world, this 3D organic world is limited. And then there's a sense that this truth is the intangible. It's the non-organic. It's the limitless. And there's a sense of understanding each of them in their own right, and then bringing them into alignment to this acceptance of all that life is. You know, going back, I made the analogy with the seasons, spring and winter. Now, and a lot of us do this when we decide, I hate winter. The minute winter comes, we can feel ourselves becoming more miserable. We start to complain about it. Oh, it's raining again. You know, some of us do it. I'm here in Australia where it gets so hot. And I must admit, I do this. I'm like, I don't like summer. And the minute the heat starts to come, I can feel myself going, ugh. And we bring, that's every year that's going to come around. You know, so every year we know we're going to be miserable. We make ourselves miserable. And that's just an analogy of when we don't accept things, or when we can't see the beauty in all aspects of it, there's something missing. Let's say, we'll go back to the seasons again. Okay, so let's say we don't like winter. Now, could you imagine if the world was always in spring, summer and autumn? The tree would lose its leaves and then jump straight to spring where it had to re-sprout them. It would wear itself out. It's not sustainable. It needs its winter dormant months to recharge. I think it's cherry trees. They need a good frost in order for the fruit to form properly. You know, so there are plants, there's nature that needs something. Let's go back to without winter, the animals, they would be breeding all the time. Again, that's not sustainable. And we wouldn't know, because everything would almost always be in loss or productivity. There'd be no calm in between. There'd be this sense of constantly doing. And there'd be this huge imbalance. It's almost like fall and spring can't be one without the other. Summer and winter can't. The seasons, there needs to be each of the season, more or less, of course. I'm using that as an analogy. You know, some places only have 2 seasons, but, you know, take it as it resonates. It's just a metaphor. But there's a sense of needing everything that makes up the world. And for here, I believe it's the tangible and the intangible. And I feel that's what you're looking at here. I feel you've got this seed, you've got this opportunity of the Ace of Cups, and as the Ace of Pentacles, and as the Page of Pentacles, you are looking at it and going, oh, okay, wow. I didn't see this for the full potential that it is. You know, with seeds don't look like much. So you can look at a seed and think, oh, it's insignificant. But out of that seed, I mean, you know, you could grow an orange tree that gives you oranges every year for the next, I don't know, 15 years. I don't know how long they grow for, but, you know, it's just an analogy. But it starts off as this little seed with, if you didn't know what kind of seed it was, it's like, well, is it a little weed? So as a seed, you don't see the potential in it, not when you're in the tangible. You have to be able to dream. You have to be able to go, I'm planting this because who knows? Who knows what it is? Let's go and see. And it might just give you a dandelion. And you'll laugh and you'll be like, oh, okay. But there's something in that process that it taught you. There's something in that process that even though you put in the effort and nothing came of it, there's still lessons along the way. And then the next time you'll go for it and you might get the grand old oak tree. And you might think, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This tree is going to be here long after I've turned to dust. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. These are just metaphors, my friends, but it's to show you the metaphor of life. Because I feel you're going to see the possibility in things. You're going to see the insignificant in this tangible world as possibility. What do I want? Where do I want to go? You're going to be embracing this. This is, what do I believe in? Intangible, or the Eight of Pentacles, the tangible? And in this understanding, in this searching, you realize that they coexist. And it's by bringing them into balance within yourself. That's when we move forward. That's when we accept all aspects of life. That's when we go on the adventure that life is. We do work in the tangible world. We physically do things to make things come about. And then with this Three of Wands here in your reading, I'm looking at that almost as the Two of Wands, or past the Two of Wands, where the Two of Wands is going, can I dream? This is saying I can dream, and I'm going to picture what's coming in. I'm going to do some things in the tangible world. I'm going to do the dreaming in the intangible, and I'm going to manifest. There's this sense, pole number 2, of seeing all the potential in the world, the whole world, the universe, you as a person, the people around you, the fabric of how everything kind of gets interwoven. I've got, the serendipity moments, those spontaneous choices that we make that change our life, that we never would have guessed. And there's this underlying ripple, and I can feel it going through you, and if it's not yet, it will. And it's fear and excitement, and they're both rippling. And it's, can you use that fear to guide and show you that you're moving forward into the unknown, and embrace the excitement of the what if. What's around the corner for me? Oh, pole number 2, if I was you, I'd go look. I want to go look. And we're going to finish with your blessing for the week, my friends. And it says, sunlight blessing. A ray of light bursts through the clouds of uncertainty and darkness and transforms to light. A new day is born, and the first buds of spring appear. You are blessed with the birth of something new. A new season of your life begins with this very special blessing. I'm going to leave you with your blessing, beautiful pole number 2. Love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 3. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. We have your blessing for the week. We have your overall energy, which is the koala spirit, and it says Spirit has your Spirit has a plan. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Fool. We have transformation, which is the Tower in traditional tarot. we have true offering, and we have loneliness. Okay, my friends, let's have a look at what messages Spirit has. So your overall energy, pole number 3, is Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. And I like when this card comes out because, you know, it always reminds us that we co-create. We co-create with our higher self, with Spirit, with Source, with God, with the universe, whatever terminology you use. And there's this sense that it takes doing in the tangible world, and it takes being in the intangible. If you can't dream something bigger for your life, there's no steps you can take to improve things. You have to have a vision, you have to have a plan for something bigger, which starts off as a dream, and kind of everything moves on from there. And with the Fool and the transformation here, I really feel, pole number 3, that you've been dreaming. You've got a dream. You'd like to see your life so different to what it is. And I'm looking at the koala and I'm thinking, you know, a koala is, I'm seeing limit. You know, a koala is limited. It only eats a certain type of eucalyptus tree, leaf. So its diet is so restricted that habitat is really important for the koala in order for its survival. And I feel that you're coming out of a time of being limited. Now, this could be that you just were limited in your life because of resources or responsibility, your sense of duty, I'm being called to say, pole number 3, where we put others' needs before our own. And there's this sense that you're coming out of that. You're starting to see that limitless side of yourself. And you're starting to say, hang on a minute, why am I so limited in life? Or why do I feel so limited in life? And I feel you're going to, with this 4 of Pentacles, I feel you're going to be looking at the ways that you limit yourself. And this is going to bring huge transformation to you. Now this is the Tower. So pole number 3, you're going to have a Tower moment. You're going to have a moment of real massive kind of bam, an intuitive hit, or just clarity, or just something that makes you go, wow, I never saw it like that before. I just didn't realize. Now you've got true offering and loneliness. And true offering, the card says, I don't know if you can read that. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. Isn't it interesting how it says, I am yours alone? It finishes with alone. And then you have loneliness. And the card says, when you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude, and that's when kindred spirits can finally come. They really flow into each other, don't they? Even the colours mirror each other. And this is what I was saying about this Four of Pentacles being, you see how you limit yourself, and that's going to transform you. You see how you accept or you take on the burdens of others. You take responsibility for others, meaning you respond. Taking on responsibility means your ability to respond to situations. And when we take on the responsibility of others, we are responding in their place. So pole number 3, not only are you robbing them of the opportunity for them to grow and expand and learn the lessons that their journey are trying to teach them, you burden yourself with things that are not of your own. And therefore, your path merges to their path and you find yourself out of alignment. Now there is a sense here like Spirit has a plan, and this card says, may I relax into your plan. Your soul has a plan, my friends. Your soul knows what it's here to do. We just need to get out of our own way so we can go on the journey. Learn the things we need to learn. And with this loneliness card, I really feel that when you see how you've been holding yourself back, when you set those boundaries so you are no longer taking on the energy, the burdens, the responsibility, the journey of another person, of others, things are going to shift, and I feel that people are going to fall away. I feel that people might not like it. Suddenly you're not doing everything for them. Suddenly every time there's something they don't particularly want to do, you're not there anymore to do it. They're going to have to stand on their own 2 feet, and they're not going to like it initially. Now, with this loneliness, I feel that people will go. Some will, once they start to stand on their own 2 feet, some will feel greatly empowered. And you'll re-find them, you'll reconnect down the track or very quickly. It might just be that they go silent and they go and sulk for a couple of weeks, and then they come back and say, oh look, I'm really sorry, I've sorted it all out and it worked out really well. And they have been transformed because they were given the opportunity to fight for something that's important to them, or to stand their ground, or to stand up for themselves, or to sort out their own problems, and it's empowered them. And suddenly you, my friends, are going to then have time to look at your own journey, to look at yourself and how you've been holding you back, what's been holding you back, why. Because this leap of faith is calling you. This new beginning is calling you. This transformation card, I'll read what it says. So this is the Tower in traditional tarot, and the card says, a significant life experience that requires changes to be made, powerful and often unexpected revelations, breaking free of procrastination, releasing old belief systems. And I think that you're going to come into such an understanding about you. You're not going to worry about the others. They've got their own journey. You'll love them. You might co-create something with them. You might walk. Your paths might align and you might walk part of your journey with them. But you'll release that compulsive need to show your love by doing everything for them. you're going to realize how you holding on to others, you doing everything for others, can stem from trying to hold on to them, not wanting to be lonely. But when you actually, pole number 3, when you actually put yourself into loneliness, aloneness, I'm no longer going to accept the burdens of everybody else. I'm no longer going to do what everybody else wants me to do so I don't lose them. I've got to keep them happy or I'll be alone. Suddenly there's this shift in you, there's this transformation that makes you go, well, if they go, they weren't aligned. People that are aligned with us don't go when we become aligned with ourselves. It's just simply because they're no longer in alignment that they go. And you're going to understand this, and you will do part of it with the Fool here. I feel you and spirit, you and your soul, you and your inner guidance are going to start this journey together. The people in your life are going to become second. They're going to be, I need to do this for myself. I need to transform. I need to grow. I need to expand. I need to see the planet, the universe. I need to see what's on offer. What do I want to burden myself with, if you like, and by I mean that, what do I want to carry with me, not carry everybody else's stuff. What do I want to go and see? What do I want to go and learn? And this is your soul talking, and you're going to hear it, and you're going to go, and the things that follow you were meant to, my friends. And the things that don't, like I said earlier, I believe some will fall away just for a short period of time, and then they'll come back. And it might take longer. I said a couple of weeks earlier, but it might take a few months. It might take a year. But there's growth happening, because as you grow and as you untangle yourself from the responsibility, the burdens that others should be shouldering for themselves, as you detach, you become you, and you let them become them. And that takes a period of growth, transformation, understanding, evolving. And I feel that a lot of you will re-meet a lot of your connections, friends, colleagues. Maybe this could even be a partner falling away, but you'll reconnect. It might be grown-up children even, where you're going to say, well, look, hey, you're grown up now. Young children, of course, we have to care, and of course we're responsible for them. We have duty to them. They're not capable. But older children, no, they can look after themselves. They're capable. So there's a sense of really coming into that understanding, my friends. And then pole number 3, your blessing for the week is the blessing of endless possibility. Allow your inner child to be the master for a while, and don't take things too seriously. Have fun and explore the world of endless possibilities, or possibility. Something wonderful is created through imagination and innocence. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, pole number 3. Love and light, my friends. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 4. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. We have the blessing for the week. We have the overall energy is the mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. We have death. We have the 9 of Swords. We have wise counsel, which is the Hierophant in traditional tarot. We have direction and we have change. Ooh. I feel like the direction of your life, my friends, is changing. I see that with the death. Okay, pole number 4. Mouse spirit. It says tend to the small things. Now I really feel pole number 4 that this is your overall message, so you don't get overwhelmed. I'm seeing incredible change in your life, in your understanding, in your beliefs, in the direction you saw your life go. I even feel that the way you were thinking of changing your life is not even how it's going to change. So I think the change is actually going to change. And there's this sense of, this is too big, this is too much. The 8 of Swords. Feeling incapable of understanding all this, moving through all this, managing all this, staying on top of all this. So Spirit, my friends, has brought you the Mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. And this is, there's only so much you can do in a day, pole number 4. And there's nothing big. It will feel big if you project yourself too far into the future. But if you look at all the little things you need to do, one at a time, you'll get there. I got the image of packing up a house to move. You know, you don't start cleaning the house before you've packed everything. You know, there's a certain order. There's a certain, I want to say, calmness, flow in that order. You've got the Hierophant here, the wise counselor, and this is, you know, tradition, and you know, it can be religion as well, in the way that things are done, have always been done. And I feel that embracing those little things, that you know the order to do them in, is really going to stop you from projecting yourself too far into the future, and it's going to move you forward so quickly. You know, if you concentrate, if going back to the analogy of moving, if you go, right, I'm moving, I need boxes. That's a small thing you can tend to. I'm going to go out and get boxes. I'm not going to worry about anything until I get the boxes. That's my first step. So you get the boxes, and then you come home and you think, right, I'm going to start in a room, and I'm going to pack everything in that room that I don't use on a day-to-day basis. And then you'll go to a next room. And then once everything that is non-essential is packed, you might bring each of the essentials that is left in each of the rooms, you might bring it into one room. And then you might start to clean those rooms and shut the door. They're not going to be used anymore. And you'll find your way. It's basically, you're going to find a sense of comfort and peace in the mundane. And you won't have to research this. It's not like you have to go, right, what is the best way to pack a house? It's how it comes to you. You'll just instinctively know this is what works for me. And it's intending to those small things, all those little day-to-day things, not rushing ahead into the future, that is really going to, I really want to say, pole number 4, it's going to keep you sane. It's going to keep you grounded. It's going to stop everything from becoming too chaotic. So you have direction and change. So direction said, the direction card says, Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body, and if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. And then you have change, and it says, don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. This, I love this saying. You might, I don't know if you've heard me say it before, but I put this message on my desktop. Just show me the first step. I'd put something like, just show me the first step, dear Lord, and change me into the one who can take it. Because I love this saying, because we can see the next step. But if we haven't transformed enough, the death card, then we can't move forward on it. We're still stuck. So there's a sense of change. This is why we need to change ourselves first. And when I mean change ourselves, I just mean come into greater understanding. We're not changing our soul. We're becoming aligned with our soul. So it's our mind that changes. It's our understanding that changes. We come into more wisdom, more clarity. And there's a sense that you're starting something new. And there is fear of going the wrong way. There is fear of getting it wrong. And the change card is here. So there is change. But it's here to stay. You just need the next step. Just tend to the small things. It'll keep you grounded. It'll keep you moving forward. But it'll keep you out of this, oh my gosh, it's too much. Actually, interestingly enough, pole number 4, I'm seeing this 8 of Swords almost as running around in circles so much, accomplishing nothing, that you tie yourself in knots. And then you become truly stuck. And that's where you really fear that you've taken the wrong path. You're heading in the wrong direction. You haven't. You've just spun yourself around so much that you've lost your north. You've lost your sense of, okay, where am I? But that's temporary. That's why these small things, this day-to-day, and I'm really thinking the mundane, the real day-to-day stuff, will balance you again. It'll help you find your center. It'll make you go, right, okay, I can do this today. I'm going to do this. I don't know what else to do. That information hasn't come to me yet, so I'm going to do what I know I can do today. And I feel that's what this death card is, and this wise counselor on either side of this 8 of Swords, because you've got the major arcana. This is the universe coming in to help you, and you've got death. So this is the ending. This brings change, and it can be sudden and abrupt, and it can kind of leave you going, what? I wasn't expecting that. Some of you might go, I'm not looking at that. I'm not going to acknowledge it yet. but the majority of you to be, I just feel like you're going to run around going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, and you're going to tie yourself in a knot, and then you're going to lose your center, and you'll be like, okay, I don't know what to do now, and it's because you've lost your balance. The minute this transformation, this change hits, go straight to the small things, my friends. And if this has already happened and you find yourself in this Eight of Swords, find those little tasks that you can do every day. It'll get you out of this, I don't know what I'm doing, this is too much for me, and it'll get you rebalanced. And so you've got this immense change, and then on the other side of you, that you've got wisdom. Now the wise counselor, the card says unity with a spiritually minded community, sorry. Ask the divine for help and trust ask the divine for help and trust the answers will come. Compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. And that's another thing that's really interesting. With you tending to the mundane, it's things that don't take up a lot of headspace. And I feel that in doing those little things that don't take up all your energy, that don't take up all your headspace, new ideas will come. Solutions will come. There's wisdom. There's wisdom in this journey for you, pole number 4. There's a sense of, or there will be a sense of you understanding, I almost want to say how life works. And that's very broad, but it'll be in a sense of how it's working for you at the moment, how things fall into place when we kind of flow, when we do our bit, but we don't think we know it all, but we don't get caught in fear. And there's a way that we block ourselves when we think we know it all, and we've just got to get out there and do it all right now. But this is a journey, and this is a change of direction for your pole number 4. It's exciting, but tend to those small things, my friends. It'll really help you on your journey, not only by moving you forward, but by keeping you grounded and centered. Now your blessing for the week is the blessing of a door closing. One moment nothing is happening, then everything seems to happen at once. A door soon closes, but before you know it, another opens. You walk through into a bright new life, one in which you can be who you truly are. Beautiful. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, my friends. Love and light, pole number 4. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.